One thing that and just for everybody that's listening, I like to monetize everything. That's a conversation that Robert and I was having.
Yeah.
And one thing that I want people to know is the in-betweens of the conversation.
Yeah.
It's not about the Q&As, the yeses and nos. It's about the nuances. It's about learning the name of the server. It's about saying that person's name. It's about allowing them to use their expertise, because people are experts and people are geniuses in multiple different ways. So you have to allow people to give their genius. And when you allow people to give their genius, you build a memorable relationship. And when you build a memorable relationship, that's usually the people that you get referred.
And I say that half in jest, because when I did listen to the other podcast you did with Samir, right?
Yes.
In the restaurant, I loved this whole idea. So when we were lining this thing up, I knew, I'm like, yeah, just let it roll, and it's going to go where it goes. And that's what I think is the most beautiful about this.
Yeah.
You're not trying to polish it so it comes across as perfect. You're trying to make it as real as possible. And that's why I was like, I've got to get Randolph down here and do this with him.
Because perfect doesn't exist, right?
Yes.
So, but you can get close to it, which brings me to how your people transition from these well-known corporate positions to this boutique establishment. One conversation that we were having, a mentor of mine, a mentor by the name of Tony Rugas, very well known in the insurance appraisal industry. He was the first person to tell me this story. He said there was this manufacturing company, right? And they had a machine go down. And when this machine went down, they were losing hundreds of thousands of dollars per hour as this machine went down, and they couldn't figure out how to get it to go. So they called in a specialist. This specialist, he pulls up in his old pickup truck. He gets out. He looks at the machine. He pulls out a tape measure. He goes back to his old pickup and he pulls out a leather bag, and he brings that leather bag inside and puts it on the table, and he opens the leather bag. He pulls out a rubber mallet and he strikes down on this machine with this rubber mallet, and it starts working. So then, of course, the company is ecstatic.
Yep.
They're happy. They're no longer losing hundreds of thousands of dollars an hour. And this specialist hands them his bill for $10,000. And they say, hold up. You were just here for 15 minutes. How are you charging us $10,000? If you're going to charge us $10,000, you're going to have to itemize this bill. And the man says, okay, no problem. He itemizes the bill, and the itemization says $1 to hit machine with rubber mallet, $9,999 to know exactly where to hit it. It seems like you brought in people that over the years of working with these huge firms, they know exactly where to hit it.
Yeah, I love that story. It's a great analogy for what we're trying to do, which is to bring all those best practices and all those years of experience to these growing companies that are amazing, right? These entrepreneurs are amazing. They've done fantastic things, but many of them, like we talked about yesterday, aside from some part-time jobs when they were growing up, they got into this industry, they started a business. This is all they've known. They might not have ever worked at a multinational, a large corporation, learning best practices. They may not know what a $30 million business should look like, what a $100 million business should look like. That's not a knock on them. That's just a fact. So as they're scaling through these levels, they want to make sure they build the foundation to support that growth. Can you imagine trying to build something on a rickety foundation or on sand? It's going to sink. So you want to bring in that kind of expertise. So you want people who've done exceptional things in their careers so they can bring those best practices. I tell clients all the time, potential clients would say, oh, you're very expensive. What's the itemized bill? And I say, oh, a lot of our clients say that, 40, 50% say that when we first talk. And our answer to them is, if you want someone to just come in and look at your financials once a month and give you some feedback, we can go down the strip mall down the street and I'll find you somebody. That's not what we're doing. Right? We're here to be your partner through this entire journey. And we're here to bring value to you that will transform not just your business, but your life. So that as they grow and do better and near the end of that journey, they're ready for someone like you to make sure that all that wealth they've generated is managed properly, is turned into something that's going to sustain them for the rest of their life. So that's the whole goal of doing this. It's to honor these entrepreneurs and position them in the best way to be able to meet their personal and business goals.
Absolutely.
That's it. Like, and I just find every day I wake up, I feel how blessed I am to even be able to do this.
Oh yeah, it's the value-driven approach versus the time-driven approach.